Okay, guys, we have a 2010 Nissan Altima, and of course, you know our videos are really quick and straight to the point. You want to, if you don't have an impact gun, you want to go ahead and get your lugs nut loosened. You want to lift up your vehicle. You want to take off your tire. And you guys already know how we do safety first, safety first. I'm emphasizing never get up under a vehicle without a jack stand. Go ahead and get that tire off, and let's get started. All right, guys, you already know our brake pad, our brake jobs are simple. You're going to use a 14 millimeter, and you're only going to take off that bottom bolt. The top bolt you do not have to take off. This is me just pointing at both bolts so you know where they're at. Get to that bottom bolt and just take that deal off. Go ahead and swing that caliper up like I'm doing right there. I just swing it up and then I'll pull it out right there. See me pointing at that other sliding pin up top? I did not have to take off that bolt, so we just slide it out. And I'm just emphasizing, showing you guys how this deal flip up and how we take that out from the top. So you do not have to take off both bolts. Go ahead and take your pads out. And this is only a pad swap. Take your pads out. Go ahead and change your brake hardware if it came with brake hardware. Sometimes it do not come with new brake hardware, and that's fine. If it do not, the deal I'm taking off right there, you'll just take a rag and clean them up real good and grease them with your brake lubricant. Fortunately, we did have some new hardware. Go ahead and put your hardware in. As you can see, the one at the top has the tangs that stick out for this 2010 Nissan Altima. For this setup, you want to put the deals with those little tangs, and you'll see later they'll be sticking out, and it's for the brake pads. It's like springs for the brake pad. Here you just see me lubricating the hardware, and you want to lubricate the top and the bottom on both sides of the hardware. And you want to also make sure to always grease those slider pins. If you can see that slider pin right there, it took a little bit of to get that deal out right there. So that just means it just need a little bit of lubricant. If those things are stuck, sometimes you'll have to get a brake caliper when you're only just getting a simple brake job change. So that's why you want to keep these deals greased so that caliper can slide back easily. And also for an easy brake change the next go around for the next mechanic. Maybe yourself. So you want to put some grease on that bottom sliding pin. Do not forget the top that is still lodged or still bolted to the caliper at the top. This is right here. You want to grease that one also. And I'll give you guys a closer view of the one on top just in a second. Here we go. So you want to make sure you got some grease on that one also. Next, guys, we're going to slide our the piston back in its bore, and to do that you need some big grip pliers, and they sell them at Harbor Freight. Man, these big red grip pliers, there's some even bigger than the ones you'll see in this video right here, but the big grip pliers is what you'll need to get the caliper back. But looks like we're going to go ahead and put those brake pads in. Again, you want to grease your brake pads. You want to do it from the top, where is it going to be sitting on your hardware, and the bottom where is it going to be sitting on your hardware. You never want to get brake grease on your pads, on the face of the pad, and also the rotor. You do not want brake grease on that. Sorry about that, guys. You can grease the back of your pad, also the bottom and top like so, but again, you do not want to get it on the face of the brake pad. All right, guys, those tings I was talking about that stick out at the top, this is what they're for. You can see those little hooks in those brake pads. What you're going to be doing is right here, you can see me going at an angle to get that in first, and then I'm putting my brake pad in. So you see the tang I just touched? I'm putting it in the hole first, and then I'm going in at an angle, and it just sits in right there, just like so. And those are little springs to keep the brake pad from just rubbing on that rotor. These are the big grip pliers I was talking about. They sell them at Harbor Freight, really big. And you just get some of those, or if you have a brake caliper tool already, you can use that. And some people just wedge a screwdriver in between the caliper and the rotor while it's still on. If you can see that piston is going back in this bore, and that's what we want to do, because it'll allow us to put that caliper back on. This is a closer view for you guys of how that setup is pushing that piston back in this bore. Everything is greased up. We go ahead and put this the sliding pin right here. We go ahead and slide that back in, and we're able to go ahead. We can press our brake pads in with our hands. As you can see, I'm just giving you a closer view of what I'm doing. Put that pin in there right there and just bring that guy down, tighten it up. Now, be careful, guys. You see, I had to do my caliper. I had to take it off and put it back in, because if you can see the brake hose right there, it doesn't supposed to be bent up like that. You know, so this is a good video to show you what you're not supposed to do when putting that caliper back on. That brake hose doesn't supposed to be looped around like that. It's supposed to have slack in that brake hose, and it's supposed to be going kind of like the opposite way. So you'll see once you take that caliper off, or hopefully you don't even get to that point, but make sure you're putting that caliper back on to where that brake hose doesn't have a kink in it, because it'll if you can see right there, you see that brake hose right there, it does have a kink in there. So we're going to take it off, put it back on. All we're doing is just flipping the caliper around. No big deal with it. These are this is the part number that the customer used. Of course, go ahead and put on your lug nuts. Put your tire back on, put on your lug nuts, lower your vehicle, tighten your lug nuts, retighten your lug nuts. Make sure you tighten your lug nuts. All right, guys, looks like we're done with this video. All our brake jobs. We have more brake job videos along this channel. All of them are pretty much the same deal, straight to the point and simple. And like I say, most of them are the same anyway.